Well, it looks like a lush green forest. And you know what's going on? It's like the world is changing everywhere due to greed, as usual, and the almighty dollar or the almighty yen or the almighty ruble or euro or whatever have you. But yeah, you're looking at a lush green forest, but you know, beneath the surface, you really don't know what it is because in the future, well, it could be the haunted forest. You know, it might be looking lush green on the outside, but maybe it's not. And I'm going to get into a point here. It's like haunted forest, witch's castle, 1 mile. I'd turn back if I were you. Anyway, what they're doing right now is they got genetically modified trees. Genetically modified trees. So what they're doing and why they're doing this is, you know, why else would they do anything, right? To save money or depopulate the world or whatever they do. What they're doing is for actually, well, one of the reasons is the paper pulp industry. There's higher, what they're doing is it's an alteration of the lignan levels in order to reduce pulping costs. Now, I don't know what the heck that, well, they don't know either. You know, they can make, you know, if you pay somebody enough money, they'll tell you why it's safe. That's really what it is. I know these professionals to the max. That's why I don't like talking like them. You pay them enough money, they just tell you every reason in the world why, whatever it is they were paid the money for to say. You know, they'll think up all the excuses. You know, nobody really knows. Now, the big caveat to this deal is, though, that it's going to be unregulated. It's not, nobody's going to really know. Like, well, once it gets out there, it's not going to be like, hey, we're going to have this one area where these trees are, and they're going to only be the ones for, you know, the paper pulp mill. This is a paper pulp mill or whatever it is. It's not going to be like that. They're going to get intermingled everywhere. As a matter of fact, they already have developed genetically modified grass. Genetically modified grass can take a lot more of the pesticides that need to be put on the grass so they're resistant to it, so it'll grow faster for like commercial and residential use. But the problem is, and that's the other problem, you know, you have grass-fed beef. You know, people that are like growing grass-fed beef, they want to have organic and all that. Once that gets intermingled everywhere, what the heck are the beef? What are the cows going to be? Beef going to be eating, or whatever they are, the bison. What are they going to be eating? Right? Genetically modified grass, because once this gets out of the bag, it's not regulated. It's going to go everywhere. And you know, I know there's a lot of people. Well, you know, here's the other thing too. You know, it's the same type of garbage that happened back when they made hemp illegal. You know, it was a big competition because, you know, hemp could produce way more. And Henry Ford said this too. There's a quote from Henry Ford. Why cut down all the forest and the trees and stuff for paper pulp products and things like that when hemp can provide the same thing? As a matter of fact, back in the 1700s, most paper was written on hemp paper. George Washington used to say, grow hemp. It should be the plant of the United States. Well, they didn't like it because its competition would establish money in a lot of different ways. One was the hemp oil, which you could run diesel engines on, no problem. That would be a competition to big oil. You know, the stuff the crude oil that comes from the ground, because hempoline and hemp gasoline comes from hemp, produces 10 times the amount of gasoline as corn, but it's illegal to grow in the United States, right? You know, when they came up with this device they were going to be able to extract the fibers from the hemp really fast, and that was going to bring a new industry on. It was going to be the biggest agriculture. They were predicting it was going to be the biggest agricultural industry in the United States. They moved to make it illegal because it would have been competition to Randolph's Hearst paper pulp industry, DuPont with its nylon, and also Standard Oil with their crude oil products. So, same thing, but you know, it's like you think that's bad. Now, it's like the same type of garbage that's going on. Now, here's a lush pine forest up in Norway, but I have to say that once this gets out, it's like you don't know what this can do to the environment. This is why these people are such damn hypocrites. It's like everything you hear about is save the environment, save the planet, global warming, which everybody's freezing their ass off. With unusually cold winter events across the globe, looks like we're going into global cooling. But save the earth. Save the glaciers and all this kind of garbage. Everything is geared that way because why? Because they want a carbon tax. It's another scam. But when it comes to money, they can wreck the environment with this genetically modified grasses, genetically modified trees, genetically modified plants, genetically modified foods. Forget it. And every one of these people, a lot of them, they go to church. That's another thing about it. That's what really gets me. They go to church on Sunday and they ruin the world on it during the rest of the week. Because what it comes down to it is, not the lush green of the forest. What they're worried about is the lush green in their paycheck. That's exactly what they're about. So I didn't really want to put a lot of drama into this, but just to inform people that this is going on right now, totally unregulated. I mean, I don't know. I could think of a movie, Hang 'em High. Remember that title of that movie, Hang 'em High? I think eventually that's what's going to need to be done. I don't think you're going to be able to debate this bullshit because once you got their neck in a noose, I'd say, kick the bucket out from under them and see you. That's the way I look at it. I mean, these kind of people that play this kind of garbage, they're worse than cockroaches. That's the way I look. I don't see any use for them. I mean, maybe that's too extreme, but who cares? I don't really care. So anyway, I figured I'd put this out because, well, I don't like those kind of people. Those are the typical corporate assholes that sell the United States worker down the river. Hey, it's a little cheaper over here temporarily. Let's sell everybody out. And pull the rug out from everybody else in the United States because it's a little cheaper. This is all to save some money on this one area is to save money on paper pulp cost because these trees are going to have lower lignan levels, and that's going to reduce the pulping cost. But like I said, they've already known about hemp for years. Hemp could replace. They wouldn't have to cut down any trees. Hemp grows way more freaking paper pulp. Better products. Better. You can replace fiberglass, carbon fiber. I mean everything out there. Nylon. It's just medicinal purposes, food, name it. And it doesn't need to be genetically modified because it already is resistant to pesticides, to pests and disease and fungi. It doesn't really need pesticides and herbicides. I don't know. This is like, I don't know. I'm just too pissed off at this already. I'm like, this is just over the top. I'm just gonna leave you with this thought. I mean, it's not like, it isn't like. I mean, I don't know where they are. I mean, if I knew what it was, I mean, I'd be stringing them up already, man. Got the rope, and that'd be the end of it. Because I'm done with this bullshit, to tell you the truth. Maybe that's too extreme, but this is bullshit. This is ridiculous. And I know cute talk is not. The only cute talk I want to hear is. That's the only thing I want to hear. That's it. So. No debate. The hell with it, man. I don't know. Maybe this is too extreme, but I'm telling you right now, this is ridiculous. And I'm not going to play drama here because it doesn't need drama. It just needs when you get the well, we'll see what happens, man. I ain't going to state anything else beyond that. I really told you too much because I'm one for protecting the environment and stuff, and I know I got a lot of arguments about the global warming yo-yos out there because I'm saying we're going into a global mini ice age. But, the same people that are pushing for the global warming and protect the environment because they want a global carbon tax to charge you money for, and regulations on, how far you travel or what you do and how much you breathe. To charge you money for air, probably. They will, probably. I wouldn't doubt it. And water. Oh, hell, when it comes to freaking saving a couple bucks on a piece of paper, the cost of paper cost, hey, let's just screw up all the freaking forest in the world with this genetically modified trees. Totally, totally unregulated. Well, these guys are worse than Muslims. That's all I got to tell you. That's pretty bad.